It's that time of the year again where you're forced to watch movies you can't stand and deal with family you like somehow even less. Hey y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. Christmas time is finally almost upon us again, and of course one of the big staples of Christmas is Christmas movies. But I have to say, I grew up in Florida where there's no changing seasons, there's no snow, there's no cold, there's really no real benefit to Christmas where I've been. So I have a really hard time getting into the Christmas spirit, so to speak, and I'm really not a big fan of Christmas movies. So I thought, why not compile a list of the 10 Christmas movies that I actually not only tolerate, but really like. So these are my top 10 Christmas movies, the best Christmas movies to watch if you're one of those people that doesn't like Christmas movies. These are not ranked in any particular order, and I think all of them are equally worth watching. Let's get started. The first Christmas movie on my list is 1988's Die Hard. While there's definitely a lot of debate about whether or not it's a Christmas movie that happens to have action in it, or an action movie that just happens to be set during Christmas time, I think Die Hard is a holiday must-watch. Die Hard is one of the most referenced movies of all time. It is an action Christmas classic, and arguably it's Bruce Willis at his best. As someone who's not into action movies or Christmas movies and considers this film to be both, I'm somehow more than entertained by Die Hard. I enjoy watching it, and I'll tell you what I tell my family every year. This is a Christmas movie, so buckle up, make some popcorn, grab some pretzels, and let's just enjoy it. 1983's The Nightmare Before Christmas. In my opinion, this film does a perfect job of covering two holidays, both Halloween and Christmas. But because the plot is driven by Jack Skellington's unhealthy obsession with Christmas, I lean more towards this being a Christmas film than a Halloween film. Tim Burton's absolute treat of stop motion and festive imagery is entertaining both for older viewers who find it nostalgic and younger viewers who are gonna enjoy animation during the holiday season. 1992's The Muppets Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is a tale that has been told time and time again, with countless different versions being made since the story's conception, pretty much. But in my opinion, the most enjoyable and the one that I always come back to is The Muppets Christmas Carol. It might not be the most dignified retelling of the Charles Dickens classic, but it is really enjoyable. I think it's really cute for younger viewers, and for older folks who like to get a little goofy, I think it's definitely an enjoyable and pretty adorable watch. 1990's Edward Scissorhands. Yet another Tim Burton classic on this list. Who'da thunk? I'll admit that Edward Scissorhands does sound like an odd choice for the Christmas season, but a big chunk of this dark gothic fairy tale does take place during the Christmas season. It features some adorable Christmas imagery that both opens and wraps up the movie. It's weird enough to make me feel safe, yet wholesome enough that you really feel like you know the true meaning of Christmas by the film's end. 2003's Elf. What kind of list would this be if I didn't mention Will Ferrell's classic Elf? This film happens to be one of my personal favorites, and it's actually one of the few Christmas films that I will willingly put on of my own volition at the beginning of every Christmas season to start getting into the spirit. With Will Ferrell playing an elf man that is in a fish out of water situation in New York City, this film is both funny and heartwarming. It features a wonderful Christmas soundtrack and boasts some beautiful shots of New York at Christmas time that honestly, every time I watch it, make me want to get in a plane and go experience it for myself. 2008's Four Christmases. I will say this is definitely not one to watch with the kids. Christmas time isn't always easy. We're usually forced to deal with relatives we haven't seen in a while and don't want to see ever again, and Four Christmases, starring Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn, is a perfect portrayal of that. The chemistry between both actors is absolutely phenomenal. There's some uproariously funny moments within the film, and while I'm not super stoked about the ending, you guys will see for yourselves if you choose to follow my advice, it's definitely worth watching and it'll definitely get a couple of laughs out of you during this holiday season. 1992's Batman Returns. I know this is the third Tim Burton movie on a 10-movie list, but hear me out on this one, I promise. It makes sense. This Batman movie is set against all the typical imagery of Christmas, but it's got a classic Tim Burton twist on it, with tree lighting ceremonies ending in disaster and villains popping out of Christmas gifts. It's Christmas made creepy in all the best ways, and honestly, who doesn't love Michael Keaton's Batman? 1989's When Harry Met Sally. So this maybe isn't a complete Christmas movie, but a lot of parts between the two characters do take place in and around Christmas activities and imagery. And of course, the grand finale of this rom-com actually takes place on New Year's, so it's definitely a holiday season film. I will also say that the fact that it's made it to my top 10 Christmas movies list is huge because I hate romantic films. I really don't like rom-coms. When Harry Met Sally is both, and I still enjoy it enough to want to watch it for the holiday season. I think you should definitely give it a shot too. If you watch it with your significant other, you'll definitely want to cuddle up and tell each other sweet little nothings about how much you appreciate each other. If you watch it alone, you'll start crying and make a Bumble account that will surely end in disaster. Either way, enjoy. 1989's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Films in the National Lampoon's series don't typically get regarded as brilliant works of cinema or intelligent comedies, but they are funny, and that's what matters. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is an uproariously funny romp for anybody who's looking to laugh a little during the holidays. Chevy Chase stars in this Christmas film that has those sprinklings of classic National Lampoon disaster, all themed around a beautiful home during Christmas, and it's absolutely a funny and solid watch for the Christmas season. Settle in and watch it with your family and kind of nudge when you feel like things are hitting a little too close to home. And to round out our list, we've got 1987's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yes, I will acknowledge that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is actually set 2 days before Thanksgiving, which might make it a Thanksgiving film. But this film, starring the iconic Steve Martin and the late, great, super lovable John Candy, has got it all. A snowy backdrop for a road trip, scenes sure to make you bust a gut laughing, and moments that will bring a tear to the eye of even the most hardest Scrooges this holiday season. It's the kind of movie that'll make you want to get up and cross the living room to really embrace that cousin that you can't stand. Well, you know what, honestly, let's not go that far. And that's it. Those are, in my opinion, the best Christmas films to watch this year if you don't like Christmas movies. That's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'd like to take a moment to wish y'all a wonderful holiday season whenever you watch this video, and let me know what you think of my Christmas movie choices in the comments below.